She fits a very certain niche, and that niche isn't too useful for where we're at right now. So, don't mind how low she is because of this is my alt, but, so first let's look at her artifacts. Or no, talents first, yes. So, her normal attacks are pretty normal, but this is where it starts getting weird. So this is her elemental skill. She enters the pirouette state, dealing hydro damage to nearby opponents based on Nilou's max HP. There's a lot of different stages of this one, there's actually 2. And it scales off of HP. This does a wave of hydro damage, big AoE, and it's all HP. And this says, when all characters in the party are all Dendro or Hydro, and there are at least one Dendro character and one Hydro character, the completion of the 3rd dance step of Nilou's dance of have to carve a star will always glance all, whatever. But basically, big damage, baby. Every 1,000 points of Nilou's max HP above 30,000 will cause the damage dealt by the cores created by characters affected by Golden Chalice to increase by 9%. This maximum increase in bountiful cool damage can be achieved this way is 400%, which sounds insane. So you'd be asking, why the heck is this not great right now? And that's because who are our 2 most reliable Dendro characters at the moment? Traveler, Colette. Yeah, okay. So for artifacts, I'm just mix matching at the moment, but if you're later in the game, what you're going to want is full set tenacity, focusing on HP percent. You also will probably want crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, elemental mastery, energy recharge, all good stuff to have, but mainly you want to have this HP percent because of how much she scales off of HP percent. For her weapons, obviously her best weapon is going to be her gotcha weapon. The key of, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but if you look at its passive, the HP increases by 20% when an elemental skill hits opponents. You gain the Grand Him effect, blah blah blah. It's pretty good for her, but only for her, so be careful if you're pulling for her weapon. Her constellations. Now, I would not personally pull for her constellations, but if you do, these constellations will only really be good if you're using Nilou as an on-field DPS, which is not recommended for her, for many reasons. Because she buffs her teammates, you want to have a damage dealer on team. So that means Nilou's best team combinations are Kokomi, Nilou, Dendro Traveler, and Clay. This is her best team combination in my opinion. However, if you have Yelan or you have Child, most likely I'd go for Yelan over Child, but you can use Child. I would switch Clay out for Yelan. Kokomi is an absolute necessity to have there because Bloom does self-damage. So you want to have Kokomi. In fact, for Kokomi, you want to run her with Sacrificial Fragments, and you want to run her with full set Tenacity, I think. It might be full set Tenacity, but you want to run her with like a lot of Elemental Mastery, because she's going to be the main one proccing the Bloom reactions. For Dendro Traveler, you're going to want to run Dendro Traveler with the main Dendro set, which I don't have on him right now, because, again, really early game, but so that's what you really want. Early game, Vaporized teams with Nilou, it's fine. It'll work. You'll be okay. But late game, the most utility you're getting out of her is if you're playing her in a Bloom comp, which is what I'm going to try my best to showcase here. You know, if I don't get frozen. So this is one of her states. If you only press her skill twice, if you only press her skill twice, and then you attack, she will infuse her attacks with Hydro. However, if you use her elemental skill 3 times, it'll create a Hydro barrier here that, who the hell is that? that applies Hydro to any enemy in the vicinity, and then this is how you can continue to proc these bloom reactions. And this is the state that you usually want to have Nilou in, because that will allow you to get the most reactions out of her. And so this is how it goes. So we're gonna use well, that was kind of a bad example because of how quickly they died, but who is that? You can see how the constant hydro damage is being applied here now. So you just really want to have this hydro constantly all the time on. So obviously it's going to be better once you have the team fully built, but that's basically how you want her to work. Oh yeah, also when you, if I can get her burst to charge up quick enough. It will mark the enemies with this mark that'll explode and then do a massive hydro damage. And that's basically how she works, and I do believe that later on, the bloom niche will become stronger, and of course we're going to get better characters to use than Calais and Dendro Traveler, considering the fact that we only have 3 Dendro characters right now. I think when Nahida comes out, she's going to make Nilou super good, but obviously not a lot of people are going to have access to Nilou and Nahida at the same time, due to the fact that their banners are right next to each other. But, yes. Basically, the main rules of Nilou is that you want to run her with only Hydro and Dendro characters. You want to run her with a healer, so you mostly want Sengon to be a Kokomi, or if you don't have her, you can run her with Barbara. Tighnari is not a good idea, because Tighnari is a single target damage dealer, but you can, if you really like Tighnari, you can substitute Calais with Tighnari. Though, personally, where I think that she suffers is the fact that she really wants a crowd control character. There are no Hydro or Dendro characters at the moment. It's mostly Animo, but you do not want an Animo character on your team, and that's unfortunate. But other than that, I think that she is a pretty good character, and her niche will only continue to get stronger as more Dendro characters release.